Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News in association with Vote Boxing. Now I'm joined by Aaron Bowen. Aaron, how are you today, mate?
Well, thank you, mate. How are you?
All good, mate. Thank you very much. Before we kind of get into it, obviously one of Matchroom's latest signings, amongst a few others as well. I want to go over your amateur achievements. I think I said off camera, there's quite a few to go through. So youth Commonwealth gold medalist, a bronze medal at the latest Commonwealth Games, and a five-time national titleist as well. Was it how do you look back on your amateur career with with all those accolades that you've won? I imagine it's kind of a nice feeling to look back on.
Yeah, it's nice. It's mad when you do sit and read them out and list them out. It's nice to hear. You forget sometimes what you've sort of done. So it is nice to hear it, and it's quite proud. I picked up some real good experience and real like memories for life traveling the world. Boxing in some big fights, some hard fights. So it is real. It's nice to have achieved them things, and it's good to look back and think, bloody hell, when I first started. I used to want to just win the national title. I just wanted to win a Midlands title. And then now I look back and think, bloody hell, I've won all that. So, yeah, it is a nice feeling looking back at that.
Perfect, mate. I remember. I think I was speaking to Sandy Ryan a few months back, and she was saying when she won her amateur titles, like because in the amateurs it's kind of tournament after tournament, you don't have time to kind of soak it all in. Was that kind of similar for you? It's only really now since you've turned over pro that you get to look back on those achievements.
Yeah, massively, Like she said, when you're boxing, the week later you're back in the gym preparing for the next tournament. So you kind of got to forget about it, it does you good because you're hungry and you're just on to the next. But now I've had a bit of time off, I look back and think, yeah, fair play. I've done a fair little bit there. So, but it only makes me hungrier now. I want more of that. I want to look back after my pro career and be like, bloody hell, we did some big things there.
Definitely, mate, and I'm sure there's definitely big things to come. Also, moving on from that, obviously announced a couple of months ago that you signed with Matchroom. Obviously a lot of buzz around you, obviously on the press releases, the video that came out as well. We're talking to Jamie from Matchroom. Kind of why was now for you the right time to turn over professional?
Just because I thought I had a good amateur career, I thought I'd just come off Commonwealth Games. It was in my home sort of town, big buzz around it, and sort of the big stage. And the Olympics is 2 more years away. Um, and 75 kilos been took out, so there was a lot more competition for that number one spot. And while it was hot, I thought while the buzz is around me in the city and Midlands, which it was and still is because of the games, which was great for me. I thought this was the right time. I picked up loads of experience on my amateur career and on GB. So yeah, it just felt right time, and I'm glad I made the choice now.
Perfect. And obviously you did pen with Matchroom in the end. Obviously there was obviously boxing. I don't think it's been at a kind of better place at the moment. Obviously you've got Matchroom, you've got Boxer, you've got Queensbury. Kind of why was Matchroom kind of the right choice for you in your mind?
Just always wanted Matchroom, to be honest. It's one of the first shows I watched was Eddie Hearn. So it was always in the back of my mind to choose Matchroom. I did have conversations elsewhere, and there's good promotional companies out there everywhere. So, there was if it wasn't Matchroom, there was good opportunities elsewhere. But for me, it was just right. They were the bang on ones for me, like biggest shows, some of the biggest fighters, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I've been to a few Matchroom shows, and they're just wicked. I love them, so excited to be part of it.
Perfect. Is there anyone like obviously working with the likes of Canelo, AJ, kind of is there anyone that in your mind you're like, oh, I want to get on that card, I want to fight on their undercard, or is it kind of just taking any opportunity that comes to you?
The loads. I want obviously a Joshua one would be class.
Mm.
He's got the biggest in the world, isn't he, Joshua? So, um, obviously a nice Midlands one would be good. I'm not sure who's in the Midlands who could headline at the minute, but it'd be nice to have a big one in the Midlands. Yeah,
No, de
all the shows would be class, wouldn't they? They've got a great show, so all of them would be wicked.
no, definitely. Will you be making a trip to Vegas maybe with a Canelo trip? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be class. Yeah, that's the dream.
Perfect, mate. And obviously, kind of they did announce your kind of first fight date. You'll be making your professional debut on the undercard of Leigh and Mauricio Lara. Kind of how How important is it for you to kind of kickstart your career on such a huge card as well? There's an array of talent on the undercard as well. How important is that for you to start your career on that card?
Oh, massive! You know, it's such a sorry, man. My dog's barking. Um, yes, sorry, mate.
So you're good.
Yeah, yeah, it's such a massive card. You know, the main event being a great fight, and Nottingham's not too far from Coventry as well. So it means more can come and watch, and you know, a big undercard, some ex-GB boxers, some there's I think three title fights and a couple of step up fights for people. So I think it's going to be a great buzz around the arena, and I can't wait to like get in there now.
Definitely. Are you kind of looking forward to kind of I think you mentioned to Andrew McCart on the IFL interview that kind of you are expecting to sell a lot of tickets. There's a bit of buzz around you, as I said. You got a lot of fans coming. You think are you excited to kind of I don't want to say feel the pressure, but kind of feel that kind of buzz in the arena?
Yeah, like Lee Wood's fights as well. He always comes to fight, doesn't he? So I feel like he'll have a good crowd there. I feel like my Coventry lot and they'll make a lot of noise and you know there's some great fights on and entertaining fights. So I think the atmosphere on the night is going to be big and I'm hopefully going to perform and excite. So that will be nice to add to that as well.
100%, mate, and I'm sure you will. Obviously, the last few months, obviously, we've seen kind of a lot of the former Team GB guys and girls, kind of they're being progressed quite quickly in the professional ranks. Obviously, Galal Yafai is kind of the main person on that pedestal, moving quite quickly, or I think got a world ranking in kind of his first fight.
Yeah.
Is that kind of something you want to aim for, being progressed quite quickly, maybe into international titles and then go to the English title first? Is that something that you want in your career, early on in your career?
Yeah, well, it's up to the team and Eddie really. Like, I want to move quick, um, like the other GB lads have. You know, even like Dalton Smith, he's moving quick and he's a British champion now already. So whatever route they want to move me, I would like to move quick, and I've made that clear to them. So I'm sure they've got the team to do that. And you know, with having a long amateur career, I didn't want to mess around too. You know, there's no point in learning fights for me. I want challenges and I want tests, and which also bring big nights. So that's the sort of route I want, and I think they'll deliver, and hopefully I can deliver on the other end.
Definitely will, and I'm sure you will, mate. And talking about delivering kind of on your fight nights, what can people expect from your performance on February the 18th?
I'm coming to win, of course. I will be looking for the knockout. Um, you know, win at all costs and put on an exciting fight. I will like to bring a nice show, you know, an exciting fight because all my people buying tickets, it's hard times, and you know, I want to make sure it's a good fight. I want to look good and finish the job. So if I can do that, I'll try my best to.
Perfect, mate. And I saw on your kind of Instagram story, obviously, um, you asking for kind of one of your like your fight name for your first fight. Did you have any? Did you have any that came in that kind of took your mind?
There's a good few, you know, there's a good few suggestions. Some mad ones. There's a lot of typical ones. So I'm going to narrow it down. I might do a little competition and see who's what. But you got any in mind yourself?
I've got one, and everyone is gonna absolutely rip me to shreds. I think is in the comments about this. I've got Aaron Big Bang Bowen. Is
Big Bang.
yeah. I think Zhile Zhang's got that one, but I'm sure we can have a UK fighter take that one, mate. That's my suggestion.
I'll keep it in mind. There's a good few, you know, but a lot of people already have some of them, so I don't want to clash, and I don't want something too cringy either. You know, you gotta match your name as well. So I'll have a little think, and I might do a little competition.
That's the thing. I was gonna suggest AB, but obviously Adrian Broner's got that one as well. So
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's loads that I took as well.
oh mate, but well, I'm sure I'll be voting for something on your competition on your Instagram, mate. And my final question, Aaron. Thank you for giving me your time today, mate, and looking forward to see your professional debut on February the 18th. My final question: what does boxing mean to you?
Oh, what's a tough question that. What it means, I don't know. I love it because you know I like influencing younger generation. Like when I was starting, I loved looking up to boxers, and now I'm in their not in their position, but on that track. you know, and people coming up to me saying their kids started boxing because they watched me at the Commonwealth Games and they love my fight and they like that they can come and talk to me. So that's what I love about boxing. I love that it can bring people together and start a new sort of inspiration. Yeah.
Mm. Nice one, mate. Have you which fighters did you kind of like look up to when you were going through? Have you met any of them as well?
Yeah, it's mad because I watched Santi Fowler in the Commonwealth Games. And that's sort of what got me into. Well, I watched GB go to the Commonwealth Games, and I watched Santi Fowler win gold, and I was like, oh, I want to be at that. I want to go to Commonwealth Games, and then I started boxing. Um, Also watched Callum Smith, you know, and then years later I sparred both of them. So it was mad to be in the ring with them. It was a bit like surreal, but it was class. Like,
Was there a bit of nerves, especially with Callum Smith? Was this when he was like when he had his world titles?
yeah, it was like in the last year, yeah. So yeah, it was just mad because I've been watching him knock everyone out on TV. So I was in there thinking, fucking, I better be switched on here. And I was also Callum Smith as well. So I was a bit like, but then after a round, it's what it is. It's boxing, isn't it? So, but it was a nice achievement for myself to be in the likes of them.
Definitely, I'd have loved to have been a fly on the wall in those spars, mate. That'd have been crazy. But Aaron, mate, that's all my questions today, mate. Again, thank you for your time and best of luck on February the 18th.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, mate. No worries.